mean, the only dilemma I think New Jersey has is the husbands of New Jersey are the best, the best, the best. Mauricio and PK are great. Harry's not really in the mix. So they're like, but and kind of the Salt Lake guys, but really the husbands of New Jersey, I mean, they could have they could have a spinoff. They're that good.
I'm shocked they don't, like a short spit-off, And like Frank has been appearing with Joe Gorga on some of the comedy stuff. Listen, I didn't really know how I would be received by certain people. Like, I don't know. Like, look, I don't say anything bad about Frank or Frankie. Like, I love them. I just feel that, the words out there about stuff I do say with Kim on the weekends about, Melissa and Teresa. So, I mean, I just didn't know if it would be like, I was told many times by many people, you're not going to talk about this tomorrow, are you? So people are aware. I mean, mind you, I also have Kim D over in the corner, guys. So, I mean, I'm not going to talk about whatever, but I mean, Kim is coming on Patreon, so I can't stop her. I mean, Kim is going to open her big mouth.
Oh my God, 100%. I mean, I cannot wait to hear Kim's hot takes.
But but Brittany is going to be on the show, and she is literally, let me tell you something. She is gorgeous, like stunning.
Wow. Okay.
And nice.
I don't think I've seen her.
Blonde. Look, there's an age difference. Frank was, I mean, this I could say, like Frank was saying, like, she basically, he's like, if she didn't act like, a 50-year-old, we probably wouldn't be together. Like, she likes to go to bed early too. And yes. Kim and I really are very like I'm like, let's go out at 6 and get drunk and be passed out by 8:30. I like an early night. I do.
Me too. Okay,
I do. So like Frank was just saying, like, I like to go to bed at 9:30 and Brittany's on board with that. So, he was saying the kids totally get along. I think at first he was like, the children were like, she's their age, basically, more or less. Okay. Maybe a few years older. So he was like, my kids had some concern. But they're close. She's lovely. She's so lovely. Kim happens to let me tell you how small New Jersey is. Kim like walks in and like she knew Brittany from like Frank, but she knows Brittany. She's like, oh my God, I didn't realize that was you. Kim has known her for like 20 years from the Moxie salon. I swear this New Jersey is so small.
It's so small.
So like Dolores wasn't there. What else could I tell you? What else can I share? That is like...
none of the good stuff, which is really who's speaking to who hates who. Good tea. Well, maybe leave it at that because you and Kim have things to talk about. You don't want to give too much away. You want to go to a few more parties. And I mean, we have a lot more to talk about. We kind of did this as like a bonus jump on anyway, because you have insider info about Girls Trip, and then the Jen Shah announcement yesterday was huge.
We got to talk about Jen Shah. Here's the thing about Girls Trip. Now, look, could I be wrong? Sure, I could be. Yeah, I hate when people like jump on these rumors. Remember when there was that rumor, and I'm like, this is such bullshit. And now Margaret's come out and said like I wasn't going to speak for her, but Margaret's come out and said like there's no contract for Girls Trip and all this. Like, why don't people just wait until? I mean, this is what I have learned from several sources.
Okay, so, you had some inside. Okay.
Look, it could be wrong. Here's the thing. Let me just drop something. When I hear something that's like I've heard a bunch, then I'm like, okay, it's true, and I'm going to reveal it. When I hear something that I've never heard before, I always say, is this really true because you are so connected, or are you really testing me? This is how fucked up I am. I feel sometimes that someone is really like, if you go and shoot your mouth off and this is out in the world, it is so false that this is clearly because I told you, because I made it up. And now I know that you are not trustworthy. This is what I think. Like, imagine if I said to you something like, I don't know, whatever, and now you put it out there and it's so false, but I only told you. It would be like, Sarah, this is obviously from you. These words came out of my mouth only to you, and now it's in every blog. So I know this is from you because I didn't utter this crazy made up
Yeah.
thing.
I
I
know
feel
what you're saying. I know what
sometimes
you're
I'm
saying.
like, are
Sometimes
you
it's a test
testing me?
right now.
But here are some things I've heard from multiple sources. So they're either true or they're not true. I heard that Girls Trip is definitely starting in January to film, towards the end of January. So I
Okay.
don't know if everyone knows that. And by the way, let's just time date stamp this. This is the 17th of December at 11:17 a.m. So I just want to, unlike Dumois that spreads false rumors with no backing, I just want to, if this comes all true, I heard it's definitely in Morocco. I heard it's not in, Hong Kong or China or whatever. I think they were saying, I heard it's in Morocco. That's what I heard.
Okay.
And I heard from several sources that, now take one guess. Here are your clues.
Okay.
This person is from the West Coast. It is somebody very major. It is somebody technically with, you could say, 3 names, and it is not who you think. Two names, but they could have
Okay,
3
well, then
names.
I think
They've
it's
been referred to with 3 names before.
3 names. Oh my
And
God.
I heard it, that's probably throwing you off, but it's not who you think. It's a major housewife. And I heard this from at least 2 really good sources. So I'm thinking it's probably true. It may not be true.
I think it's Vicky Gumbels. Is Vicky the one? The
It's
source?
someone who's never been on Girls Trip. And let me ask you, Sarah, when I say this name, because you've just been poo-pooing Girls Trip recently.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
Who?
Is it Megan King?
That's a good guess.
Who
There's
used to have
other
3
cities,
names.
there's other West Coast options besides the OC. And we have other franchises out west, girl.
Well, I'm thinking I'm trying to think, is Kyle Richards have 3 names? No. I mean, does Lisa Vanderpump, LVP?
It's not her. Do you want to know who it is?
Tell me.
It's someone else who's not really referred to as 3 names. Can you tell me if this excites you? The one, the only Camille Donatacci Grammar.
Yes, I love Camille. Yes, 110%. So is Camille going to be on it?
I heard from 3, not 1, not 2, not 3, reliable sources that Camille is going to be on Girls Trip. Now, again,
I love that.
Now, could they be talking to her without a contract signed and it's going to fall? Anything could happen, but I heard.
Okay, well, I'm obsessed. I love that. Camille's amazing.
I think it's true. These are pretty reliable sources, which I just think it's entertainment. So you know how it is. Just because it's true on today, it may not be true in 3 weeks. If I don't know if she's signed on the dotted line, and if not, then anything could happen because she certainly don't need the money. But I tend to believe it based on the 3 people I heard it from.
Okay, so we have Camille. Who else?
Well, that's certainly not. I mean,